comments is that you cannot paint a whole tribe with one brush, and they have debunked it.
Replay the tape again.
Well,
replay the tape.
No,
I was specific about what I said. I provided context.
Right.
Nobody should tell me any nonsense.
Well,
if people have a different opinion,
duty.
they are entitled. No, that's no nonsense duty.
Hello guys, welcome to Africa Gossip Arena. Guys, Dr. ABATI from REGRTS TV don't collect woto as he speaks against the Igbo tribe of Nigeria in a morning show program at the REGRTS TV. Or will I say he was too sentimental with the level of hatred he might have for the Igbo tribe of Nigeria. And although guys, his speech have caused a lot of chaos and speculation on social media, as a lot of Igbo people have also come out to blast him in order to correct his impression and false statement he made against the Igbo tribe of Nigeria. So guys, keep a lockdown and try to watch this video to the end. And don't forget guys, to subscribe to this channel won't actually cost you money at all. So if this is your first time of seeing this channel, please kindly hit on the like button, subscribe, and don't forget please to turn on your notification bell. Thank you. So guys, this is what Dr. ABATI from the REGRTS TV actually said about the Igbo tribe of Nigeria that makes the Igbo tribe to attack and blast him.
And thank you for joining us on the morning show.
Good morning, Ruben.
Good morning.
Good morning, Ruben.
Good morning. Can you hear me?
So
the way you are calling Ruben,
yes,
it's like you were at my naming ceremony when I was born many years ago. Well, carry on. What's the situation report out there?
Okay, so students here are basically...
Is the process smooth, or are they going through extraordinary strife on their arrival?
Ruben, I would say that the Nigerian authorities are generally warm. Their posture is that of, them being warm to receive this Nigerian student who actually look very exhausted and in need of love and all of the kindness they can actually get.
That is right. If he says that Igbos are entrepreneurial, and I end by what people say about Igbos. That if you enter a community, a village, you don't see an Igbo man there, please pack your things and go. It means that place is not conducive. However, let me give the flip side. Chief TOS Benson, TOS Benson, former Minister of Information, now late, on one occasion at the Nigerian Institute of International Affairs, and I'm not making this up, he said it publicly. If anybody can contradict me, let them do so. He said something about Igbo people. He said he had an Igbo wife and had an Igbo daughter, that he wanted to buy land in Igbo land for his daughter, for his wife, to say, I'm getting old, TOS Benson is getting old. Let me build in this place for my wife. He said that his in-laws told him that they don't sell land to outsiders. That is the irony of Nigeria about the politics of federation, of unity. The same Igbos who are so industrious that they are all over and they do well in other parts of Nigeria, you go as a non-Igbo man to go and buy a land. You will be told that you don't belong, even as an in-law. That's by way of an aside. But these are the issues, in my view.
Well, all right. We'll take another story then.
That video you just listened to was the voice of Dr. ABATI, one of the anchors of REGRTS TV, spewing some of the well-known lines of ethnic bigots in Nigeria concerning the Igbos, and spreading the fake news that Igbos don't sell land to strangers. But you discover that I purposely played a video that apparently seemed unrelated to his latest spewing of a lie that Igbos don't sell land to strangers. First of all, I played you his voice, where ABATI 2 years ago upbraided a correspondent or a reporter of REGRTS TV. You had her name there, Mary Chinda. You know why she upbraided her? Because Mary Chinda did not call him Dr. ABATI on air. Mary Chinda referred to him rightly as he's supposed to be in communication tradition as Ruben. Even if you go to CNN now, go to Fox News, even if you're a professor and you are in the media, you are called by your first name. Okay? But Ruben ABATI is fixated because he was not called he was not addressed as PhD. That was what was alleged. That was why he openly upbraided that lady on live television. It therefore means that Ruben ABATI values his PhD so much that even when you are discussing something that are unrelated to his PhD, because being an anchor, most of the things he talk about are economy, politics, that may have nothing to do with literature, which I understand are his specialty. Okay? But he like to be addressed as doctor, which is okay, but that is not the tradition in journalism. Okay? But why did I bring this up? I bring this up because Ruben ABATI narrated a story that called into question his understanding of what it means to be a PhD holder. For you to be a PhD holder, you need to do research. There are traditions, there are steps, there are research methodology that has to be followed before you reach a conclusion. Now, someone like Ruben ABATI, who loves his PhD, is narrating a story about T.O.S. Benson, who died in 2008 at the age of 90, who was a first Republic politician, narrating a story that he was getting old. He wanted to build a house for his wife. The wife is Igbo. T.O.S. Benson is Yoruba. T.O.S. Benson went to Igbo land to go and tell the people of the wife that he want to build a house for his wife in his village. Of course, the people themselves will feel embarrassed. Are you saying that this woman, you want to bring her back to her community? What message are you sending? Because when a woman is married out in Igbo land, it means that she belongs to her husband. Ordinarily, she will live in the husband's house till she dies. Till she dies. You coming to them, you didn't come there to say, okay, I want to build a house for my in-law, maybe the father of the girl in their family compound. You say you want to build a house for the lady. Because they could also feel that just to brush you aside, they said, no, we don't sell land to strangers. Because it is not, it's not a tradition. It's not a tradition in Igbo land whereby a woman that is married out, the husband will come and build a house for her. Are you saying that, one thing people don't know, that Igbos has the least divorce rate in Nigeria. I'm going somewhere before I get into the nitty-gritty of the lie that Igbos don't sell land to people. So when a woman is married out, and then you are saying you want to come and build a house for her, are you saying that you don't want the woman to be your wife again? So what will she be doing with that house? They might have feel embarrassed for him, T.O.S. Benson, and just told him a story. Now, Dr. ABATI, as a PhD holder who has done research, if a student he is supervising is doing a research that Igbos don't sell houses, don't sell land to strangers, and that research student reach a conclusion that Igbos don't sell land to strangers, and you are the supervisor, you ought to ask him, what was your sample size? Igbo is diverse. Igbos in Nigerian context has about 5 states now. There are Igbos in rivers and in a delta state. So your sample size was a family that TOS Benson wanted to build a house for, and they told him that it can't be, we don't sell land to strangers to build a house for our daughters. So that would be enough for you to generalize that Igbos don't sell land to strangers. That's as a PhD. Since Ruben Abati so value PhD. As a PhD holder, a lecturer, you are supervising a project of a student that should study. You are going on the premise that Igbos don't sell land to strangers, and that student at the final analysis brought that kind of thing. You ask, what is your sample size? Say, one sample size. One person, only one person wasn't. That was done because of an encounter of one person. It means you have embarrassed those who gave you the PhD in the first place. And for you to spew that kind of nonsense on live television for 250 million Nigerians to hear, because you have a platform. Arise TV is not a small platform. It's a global platform. If you are to say that kind of thing about Jews in America in a broadcast like that, that would be termed an anti-Semitic statement that should carry consequences. Which means that Ruben Abati had to be made to apologize to Igbos for spreading fake news about the Igbos. Because people say all these things like that on social media, unidentifiable characters. There are people on social media, they are not using their name, nobody knows them. Their names are just like numbers. They spew all those things, feeling that they could not be identified until they commit crime, then they will now know that they could be identified. But what I'm saying, coming from him, he has embarrassed those who gave him that PhD that he values so much, because they will be embarrassed that he could make such a false generalization that Igbos don't sell land to strangers. Now that takes me to another angle. Now, how many Yorubas are doing business in Southeast or doing any kind of work in the Southeast that they want to build a house, and they say that nobody sold land to them? In the church business, the Yorubas are doing very well. Is there any part of Igbo land that you go to, you will not see Deeper Life Church? They plant church, they have Deeper Life churches everywhere in the Southeast, because Southeast is the heartland of Igbo land, Igbo people. We know we have pockets of Igbos in rivers, in Delta and other places, but in the heartland, which is usually the reference point when people spew that kind of lies by Ruben Abati. Is there any part of Igbo land that you don't find Deeper Life Church? Those churches, how did they get the land to build the Deeper Life churches that you scattered all over Southeast? The Winners Church, the Winners, Bishop Oyedepo, he has hundreds of churches. Perhaps it could be up to thousands now in Southeast. How did those churches, are they hanging on air? Was it not on land that they were built? Who sold that land? Who sold the land to Oyedepo to build the churches, all the Yoruba churches that fool the whole of Southeast? How did they manage to get the land? How did they manage to get the land? Go to every part of Southeast, Redeemed Church everywhere. Those churches, were they built on what? Were they built on the Atlantic Ocean? Are they hanging on the air? Who gave them the land? Who sold the land to Redeem to build so many churches in the Southeast? There are so many other Yoruba churches everywhere in Southeast, because most of the people that tend to talk about this, I have discovered that people of Yoruba extraction, and then others join them. Even others that don't build house anywhere they are, if they are not in their own immediate community, they also join. So these people, are they not Yorubas? Are they not the owners of those churches in the Southeast? Look at the Yoruba banks like GTB. Who gave GTB? Who sold the land where GTB is the owner of GTB? Planted all the banks, all the GTB branches in the Southeast. Are the GTB banks hanging on the air? Global Common offices all over Southeast, are they hanging on the air? Who sold land to Globe? Who gave them who sold the land where they mounted their masts and everything else to ensure that the Southeast is covered and all that? Did they hang? They are operating through satellites. They don't have offices in the Southeast. And these are realities. Somebody who values his PhD, that on air he reprimands somebody for not identifying him as a doctor, can gleefully embarrass himself in the whole world. He said that Igbos don't sell land to strangers. What is the sample size? TOS Benson. Perhaps he said it in a light-hearted way at a Nigerian Institute of International Affairs program. But the seriousness that Abati brought it out was to reinforce. First of all, he praised the Igbo. That's how, when you want to damage something, you first of all talk about how they talk about the good of the Igbo. Then you go about to finish them off. You say they come to other places and are doing well. They come to other places that do it, but they don't sell land. You don't expect that from a PhD holder like Abati, who values PhD so much. So from my understanding, he has embarrassed those who awarded him that PhD he values so much. Because if that is the way he did his research to get his PhD, with a single sample size, one sample size, that's what he used to reach the conclusion with which they awarded him his PhD. It's okay. Perhaps that is the PhD he deserves. But to have the platform as big as REGRTS to spew that kind of thing is an embarrassment even to REGRTS. He ought to apologize to the Igbo nation. Ruben Abati ought to apologize for that. No broadcaster of his status will make that kind of mistake on air in civilized society that will not apologize to the Igbo people. Because that is a classic case of Igbophobia being spread by him, reinforcing lies that are not backed by any research, but backed by bigotry, ethnic hate. These are the people that spew that kind of nonsense. That's my take on Ruben Abati's ranting on air about Igbos not selling land to non-Igbos in Igbo land, which is a lie from the pit of hell. Igbo land, if you're doing business in Igbo land and you want to buy it, Igbo land is no different from any other part of the world. If you have your money, the price is right, they will sell to you. Like I pointed out some few examples because I don't want to go about talking about other things, but at least the Yorubas are good in church business. They planted a lot of churches in Southeast, and people sold the land to them. And by implication, they are the owners of the real estate of their churches in Southeast. So it's therefore preposterous for somebody of Abati status to say that Igbos don't sell land to strangers when his brothers own churches everywhere in Southeast, own banks everywhere in Southeast, and telecommunication companies and all that. I don't know what you think about this, but whatever is your position, let's hear from you at the comment section. Do you think that Ruben Abati should apologize on air to the Igbo people for reinforcing a lie that they don't sell land to strangers? Because that line is a line that is rooted in anti-Semitism. It's a line that is rooted into Igbophobia and ethnic hate and racial discrimination. That's the way I look at it.
The statement of Ruben Abati has generated so much reaction, and this beautiful lady here, OJY Guinness, called the attention of Ruben Abati. She wanted him to clarify the statement he made, but Ruben Abati took it very personal, bullied her right in the studio. But what she did will make you happy. Watch the video.
Absolutely. Well, I wanted to just touch more on the issues in the Southeast. Yesterday, Dr. ABATI, we took this story, and there was a flurry of reactions about whether or not the Igbo people sell land to outsiders. I don't know if you would like to address that, because there were a lot of, people from the Southeast saying that it is not true.
No, I have no further comments on that subject.
Okay.
I was very clear yesterday. I was very specific. I made my point. I provided the context in which I was speaking. If people have a selective hearing, that is their problem.
Well, one of the comments is that you cannot paint a whole tribe with one brush, and they have debunked
Replay the tape again.
Well,
replay the tape.
No,
I was specific about what I said. I provided context.
Right.
Nobody should tell me any nonsense.
Well,
if people have a different opinion, they are entitled. No, there's no nonsense duty.
I think it's our duty.
If people have a different opinion, they have anthropological evidence to support it. They should say so.
Well,
it's not for me to reverse myself.
No. I was just saying to clarify.
Except you are expressing your own opinion.
No.
And then I will come after you and say you are wrong.
There's been a flurry of reactions.
Yes.
And I have to present it.
That comes with the job. That comes with the job.
It is my duty.
It's a free country.
It is my duty to present the reactions of the Nigerian people.
And not to come and challenge me.
Absolutely not. I asked you if you would like to comment. I asked if you would like to comment.
I've told you.
Well, the conversation is that a whole tribe cannot be painted with one man's experience. We'll take another story. In another development.
The whole tribe cannot be painted with one man's experience. That is OJY. Look at her, she's very young. Compare her to Ruben Abati. Look at the wisdom. Look at the calmness. Look at the professionalism she exudes. Compare that to Ruben Abati, someone that called himself a veteran journalist, someone that called himself an elder statesman. Ruben Abati called himself a professional journalist, a professional on-air personality. Ruben Abati has worked in government. He has mixed with Igbo people. He has worked with Igbo people before in his life. This is Ruben Abati's fourth wife, Kiki. She owns a consulting agency in Lagos, and one of her biggest clients is Airpeace, an Igbo man. Ruben Abati is working in Arise TV. Arise TV is owned by Nduka, an Igbo man from Delta State. But despite all of this, Ruben Abati has chosen to be a tribal bigot. Men looking at him, from his reaction, his body language, everything, the way he reacts to anything concerning Igbo, even the way he reacts to Mr. P2B, it will show you that he is a tribal bigot. Ruben Abati was reacting to the comments made by Godswill Akpabio, the Senate President, on the Igbo people. Godswill Akpabio has said that the Igbo people are self-made billionaires. The Igbo people are the only ones that will go to other communities in this country and develop them. The Igbo people own some part in Lagos State. The Igbo people are the only tribe in this country that rose from the rungs of the world to become self-made billionaires. Godswill Akpabio further said that the Igbo people are resilient, they are entrepreneurial, they have this mercantile spirit. This was a statement that Reuben Abati was responding to. Maybe he was not happy that somebody was describing the Igbo people in that manner. He decided to water down everything with his bigotry. What a shame. At this age and time, we are still battling with bigotry. We battle with bigotry on social media with young folks who do not know their left and right. And we are still battling with bigotry with a supposed elder statesman. These are the kind of elders you want us to respect in this country. Like I said, his statement have generated a lot of reactions, and some Yoruba people have come out in the defense of the Igbo people. Let's take some of those reactions. This young man here wrote on Premium Times that his service years in Igbo land purged every atom of bigotry inside of him. That means what he experienced in Igbo land made him to realize that everything they've been saying about bigotry in Igbo land are all false. And here it's been reported that the biggest mall in Nigeria, Polo Park Mall, was built in Enugu by a Yoruba man named Tayo Amusan. Why didn't they deny him the right to own a property and a business in Igbo land? He is a Yoruba man. Why did they sell land to him? Here is another prominent Yoruba man that owns a business in Igbo land, the Onitsha Business School. The founder of Onitsha Business School is Professor Olusegun Sobensa. He's a Yoruba man. How was he able to acquire his land in Igbo land? The same Igbo people that do not sell land to Yoruba people. Another Yoruba person debunked Reuben Abati bigotry statement, and he said, but some of us Yorubas in the East don't understand this lie, Sha. At least, I'm building my own family house here, and this year makes it my 15 years in Onitsha. Funny enough, my engineer is also a Yoruba man who has stayed longer than me, but let us continue online fighting. Sola John said, as a COP members under NCCF, the Anambra State government allocated a land to us and we began developing it. Later, we bought another one behind St. Paul's University, Oka, and built the family house there. This one said that I served in Imo over a decade ago and I still ply my trade across eastern states. I can categorically say that it is wrong to generalize issues like this. Igbos are good people, quite friendly and hospitable. Benjamin said, I did not experience this while serving in Umuahia, Abia State. These people were kind to me and they treated me specially. There were other several comments of Yoruba people coming out to debunk Reuben Abati bigoted statement. If you notice carefully, most of the people that spoke in support of the Igbo people are Yoruba people that serve in Igbo land, and this is actually the core mission of NYSC. NYSC is all about cohesion, unity, but I don't even understand why we are so divided in this country, despite majority of Nigerians experiencing the 1-year mandatory service. We are so divided in this country. Bigotry is the order of the day. We cannot even work as one. Look at someone like Reuben Abati. Even when he was given the opportunity to recount his statement, even when he was given the opportunity to redeem himself, at least clarify it, you had an experience from one man's mouth, and then you now use that same experience to paint the whole tribe bad. How can you say Igbo people don't sell land to non-Igbo indigenous? There are so many persons in Igbo land that are doing businesses today. Some of them, when you meet them, you will not even know that they are not Igbo people. I've seen videos of Yoruba people speaking Igbo fluently. I've seen videos of Hausa people speaking Igbo fluently. This is because they've become part and parcel of the Igbo community. Do you think if they are being maltreated, they will still be staying there? No, they will not be staying there if they are being maltreated. Before, I was thinking that this bigotry is just online. I mean, this bigotry is being carried out by faceless mob who are being sponsored to spray bigoted materials online. But hearing this from Reuben Abati, I'm so disappointed. It shows that this bigotry is in depth. It has eaten deep inside our system. If a so-called veteran journalist, someone that has worked with a president, Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, can be this bigoted, then we really have a very big problem in this country. must say kudos to that lady for not allowing herself to be bullied by Reuben Abati. I must say kudos to her for clarifying that statement. You cannot use one man's experience to paint the whole tribe. It is very wrong for Reuben Abati. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video.